Hey guys, what's up? It's Snake here, and I'm back. I'm actually back from vacation. I went on vacation for a little bit over a week down to New Orleans, and I'm sure most of you didn't notice what I did was I actually recorded a couple videos ahead of time, so I was able to upload them right before I went to bed each night, so that way you'd still get these videos, and I wouldn't have to, let it interfere with my vacation. But of course, the best part about the vacation wasn't that I had a bunch of extra videos for you guys, but the fact that I went down to New Orleans, which is where all the guys I play with normally online live. So we decided the last night I was there to hang out, and we'd try and play some zombies or something like that. And of course, when we get there, there were six of us finally, and as you know, you can't play six people in a zombie match. So what we decided to end up doing was we'd do challenges. So we had challenge rounds, and we had three TVs there already. One guy brought over an extra Xbox, so we had three Xboxes at the house. And so we did 2 versus 2 versus 2. And we all played the same exact map, but we had the challenges. So we had to see who could get to the highest round with the challenges. Stuff like shotguns only on Ascension, or just the starter pistol and knives on Derice. Or we had Verrucht where you couldn't turn on the power. There was a map where we had where you couldn't buy any perks, or you could only buy wall weapons, or different things like that. And it was a lot of fun. But the major problem with it is that now we can't do it anymore. Now that I've left, now that I've come back to New York, we can't do it again. Because we've tried stuff like this before. We've tried different ideas where if we had 6 people and we wanted to play zombies, we'd just have 2 games with 3 people in each. Because we'd always try to stay into the same party chat. And you can't do that, because with the party chat, everybody's voice comes in at the same volume, and sometimes maybe your friends might sound similar or whatever, and so it can confuse you. Somebody says, watch out, and you look behind you, but nobody's there, because they're talking from a completely different game. And so there's a lot of communication problems to deal with and stuff like that. And then the biggest thing, too, is like, what if you got, what if one guy's like, okay, well, we just died at, at round 2, let's go ahead and start it real quick, and it'll be okay. We'll see who gets to the highest round. And so, cheating can happen sometimes or whatever. And obviously this is a big problem because it's really fun. It's really enjoyable. Not the split screen part, obviously, but playing challenges with each other and still being able to play with each other even though you have more than 4 people if you really want to play zombies. So I sat down and I tried to think about how we could fix this. What can Treyarch do to make it better? And I've talked about tournaments and contests and things like that as far as Call of Duty Elite, as when we see the next zombie game, how Call of Duty Elite can aid us and make the zombies better. But I really didn't flesh it out too much, and so that's what I've decided to sit down and do, is figure out exactly what tournament mode would be. And of course, tournament mode, the best way I could think of it happening is obviously you have private and public matches. When you first start out, you go on Xbox Live or PlayStation Network. You pick private or public, and then from there you can either choose regular zombies or tournament mode. And the way tournament mode would work is you have to have between 2 and 16 people to play, and it would divide up each person. So let's say there was 6. So you could either have 3 matches with 2 people in each, or 2 matches with 3 people in each. And so you're still playing against each other, but the private chat's not, or the party chat's not interfering with the other game. But it's still some sort of structure, so you'll know the other person's not cheating. You'll know the other people didn't die already and start over or whatever it is, or when they said they got to round 10, they really got to round 10 and not 9, or whatever it is. So you have it set up so it's all official. And to make it more interesting too, let's say just like in a regular game here, if I were to die, I could view the other people that are playing the same game as me. So it would work similar to that, but once your game ended, so everybody on your team died, you'd then be able to view other people's games. So by pressing the left bumper, you switch between games, and then the right bumper switches between the people that are in the game. And then, of course, there'd be like a party chat, just like in Search and Destroy, where after you die, both your team and the other team go into a party chat where you all can talk to each other, but you can't talk to the people still playing. So say we're playing 4 different games, and 2 of them have ended. The people from those 2 games can talk to each other and watch the other 8 people that are playing, or the other 4 people, or however many there are in the in the games that are remaining. And so I think to myself, obviously that that would lend itself to seeing who can get to the highest round or who can get the most points. But that's not exactly what I mean by challenges. Like I was saying, we did shotguns only, or we did knives only, and things like that. So how can we incorporate that as well into tournament mode? Well, we can take a page from multiplayer's book or matchmaker's book or however you want to call them, and they have the private matches that you can go into, and then you can mess with things like you can make it to where they have almost no health, or they can only choose from these layouts, so everybody has a quick scoping rifle or something like that, or or different things. You pick the map and all that stuff, and you can go through and figure out exactly how many people are on each team, or how much damage a gun does and stuff like that. So we would take that and then use that for zombies. So like with zombies, you have the characters first off. So like I was saying before, you got 6 people. You can either have 2 on 2 on 2 on 2, or 3 on 3. So you can go in and you can select how many number of characters there can be in each map. You can select their health. So you could even do a challenge where you cut the health in half. So just one hit from a zombie kills you. So the challenge could be, let's see how long people can last. Who can last the longest without ever being touched by a zombie? Or you can mess with like the respawns and the revives. So you could make it to where you don't get a respawn. So if somebody dies, you have to revive them. If you don't revive them, then they never come back. That's it. They're gone from the game completely. Or you can mess with the revives. Like you can only revive a person 3 times. And then after that, they'll just automatically die whenever they go down. Or something along those lines. And then you can mess with the zombies as well. Obviously, you could make them stronger or weaker. You could make them faster. You could start them running at a sooner level. Or you can mess with the number too. So round 1, you can make it to where there's 20 zombies that pop up instead of 4. Or different things like that. Or you can make it to where it takes, it's a higher round before they start really multiplying, or different things like that. And then, of course, too, obviously, you have the dog round as well. So you could select, does this, are you going to put a dog round in the map? Is it going to be dogs? Is it going to be the Pentagon Thief? Or, or you could have monkeys or something like that. How often do they come? Like, do they come every 4 rounds, every 6 rounds? Are they actually integrated into each round? Like the fire zombies or the shriekers? Do you have it set so, like, just in the middle of the round, they'll pop up out of nowhere? Or different things like that. And then you can mess with the box as well. The box you could have, obviously in this map, in Kino, it spawns randomly. So you could pick which area it spawns at. Does it always spawn in the same place? You could pick it to where it's only at one location, or you could change how often it cycles, or how often it moves. So you could have it set, if you want to make it a real challenge, you could have it set to where it moves after every time you hit it. So you hit it once and then bam, it's gone already. So you got to go find it again over and over again. Well, and you could change the contents in it. So you could be messing around with the weapons. Like if you want to do shotguns only, it only shows you shotguns and that's it. Or no weapons, like you're just doing starter pistols. So it only gives you black holes, or it only gives you monkey bombs or the ballistic knife or something like that. And then and the weapons as well too. Like on the walls, you could do the same thing. So again, shotguns only. All the wall weapons are just shotguns, or all the wall weapons cost 2,000 points, or all the wall weapons are this, or maybe there are no wall weapons. You take them all away. And in the same idea, you can mess with the perks as well. Let's say you're doing a round and you're like, okay, well, we can only have PhD floppers, so all the perk locations are all just PhD flopper, or something like that. Or you could have it to where it's preset, so everybody starts with mule kick, but there are no perk machines. So you can't you can't go and buy any other perks. You just have Mule Kick and that's it, or you just have Juggernog and that's it. Or you could have it set to where the power doesn't have to be turned on, or you can't turn the power on, or different things like that. You can mess around with the drops, like you can make it to where they only drop carpenters, or they only drop atomic bombs, which in later rounds is great, but at round 2 or 3, when you're trying to get a crawler or things like that, every drop is a bomb. It can be a bit of a challenge as well. And then the rooms too. A lot of people talk about rooms like they'll do a challenge where it's spawn room only. So you could set it up to where they can only go to this room, or they can only open this number of doors. Or another thing you could do too to kind of like work with make cooperation, because as you're about to see here, we have a little bit of a problem with cooperation. Professor G didn't want to buy a door. He wanted to save his money so he could hit the box and get the Bowie knife at the same time. But maybe you can make it to where each person can only open up a certain number of doors. So you can get screwed too, like say the only person left that can open doors goes down and dies, so he can't open up another door. So you can get stuck that way, or different things like that. And it would add an extra level of cooperation, because as you're about to see here, He doesn't want to open up the door even though he hasn't opened up one yet. I'm not going to open it up because I'm kind of a jerk as well. And it ends up causing our demise, as you can see. But anyway, guys, that looks like it's going to be it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video. And of course, as always, if you have any ideas to make tournament mode better, or you just want to tell me what you think, go ahead and leave the comments below. And subscribe and like the video, all that fun stuff. But anyway, until next time, guys, peace out.
I feel my life slipping away!